Welcome to Autzen Stadium in Eugene. Week 6 of the college football season, and our EA Sports college football coverage continues with what ought to be a great one. It's the UCLA Bruins and the Oregon Ducks. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you, and Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
When you talk about decibels, making it hard to play for the opponent, the first stadium you've got to think about is Autzen Stadium in Eugene, Oregon. This is one of the most acoustically challenging places for opponents to step onto the field. The loud and the proud, the Ducks make noise whenever opponents come to town. Guys?
Okay, Holly. The Bruins headed toward the ball, and we are ready for action. He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Oregon!
People still fill in the stands, and he takes the opening kickoff back to the house to fire up the crowd, fire up his teammates. What a start for this young man.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. Well, I'd say that's quite a way to make an early statement. Take the opening kickoff and run it all the way back for a touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Bruins offense will go on the attack first. And finding space to throw the football against this secondary will be a challenge.
Hey, man, I can't wait to watch this chess match today. This defense, they are so buttoned up, man. They are dialed in. They know exactly who they are. They can run zone. They can run man. They can stop the run. Like, they make things really hard for quarterbacks, Jesse. And this quarterback...
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And listen to this crowd. On the opening play of the game, the defense picks up a huge sack and they force a negative play. And just imagine, David, being this quarterback for a moment. You were already facing a lot of pressure. You were already facing a great pass rush. And it just feels like a tidal wave of emotion, putting you in a hole early in the game. It'll be interesting to see how this offense can respond.
Yeah, I'm looking over and I'm like, all right, let's run something safe, right? Like, that couldn't have gone worse to start this game. Interested to see how they respond. We can't just get pass happy, right, and put ourselves in a bad situation. But this offense has got to do something here on second down. Got to at least...
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Now Iamaleava under pressure, caught. They make the tackle, and it's short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And the Bruins will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes the catch at the 45. Good coverage on that one, and they get him almost immediately. So Oregon's offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. One thing that has been a big point in practice, right side of the offensive line and how they can control this edge pressure. The run inside. It's Hill. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Right back to it. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
I love when offenses are stubborn and they run the football. That's a really good thing. Those are body blows that sometimes throughout a game can lead up. But the offensive line, they got to pave a little bit better room. Like, there needs to be a little bit more room so this guy can break free and get in the open field, try to make a play. Now it's 3rd and 6, so now probably a passing situation.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Ducks will have it 1st and 10. Wide right, it's Moore. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. The Ducks in a good spot here with 2nd and short. There's some daylight. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. The RPO got him. Makes the grab down immediately. He picks up a few. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Davison. Runs through the tackle. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
They bring him down, but he's got a 1st and goal from the 10. And the Ducks pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. With the run on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Taken down.
Never getting stopped on that 2nd down. Don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Touchdown, Ducks! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Autzen. They get to him as he throws. He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. The Bruins send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. They'll field this one in tight quarters. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Here comes the Duck offense to get the drive started. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Throws it off the RPO. There he goes! His defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
Man, this guy is so dangerous with the ball in his hand. That was an RPO. He got that thing behind the line of scrimmage, but once he had it, he made one quick cut, and that was it. His speed, his elusiveness, he is so dangerous. Defense just couldn't corral him, and he rips off a huge play on what was a very, very short throw on the RPO.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's stopped, but he's got enough to move the chain. It's 1st down from the 11. In the red area, it's Griffin. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Straight ahead, it's Price. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Dante Moore. He wants it all. Touchdown, Ducks! Fitted in the window for the score. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Knight. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Offense in a bunch formation. Throwing, Iamaleava. Unloads to the wideout. Right side, it's Ellis. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. One big play and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. Just feeds the running back. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Unloads in the nick of time.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Big on big, man on man, and the defense wins on 4th down.
And that's exactly where you want one of your best football players, right in the middle of your defense. And watch that dude hunt, man. 4th down, and he flies up, finds the football, makes the big play for this defense. He's the guy who they talk to in the headset, and he's the guy who just made the big play.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
That's just a tremendous individual effort by the defender. He's able to defeat his block and get to the ball and get the ball down on the ground. Very, very nice job.
Quickly out to the tight end. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. Ton of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Showing the arm strength to the left. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Got out of trouble and throws. Out wide right, it's Knight. running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, I love that play by the defense there. Hanging back, watching the QB's eyes. Great job in coverage on the back end, and then rallying to him when he decided to go try and run for it himself. And now this defense is set up 4th.
Splits the uprights. Good.
Well, they're able to get a field goal and put 3 points up on the board after getting that interception. You would have liked to have seen offense do a little bit more with that possession and give themselves an opportunity to score a touchdown. But listen, teams will take 3 points any way they can get it.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Quick give. It's Hill. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The Ducks have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Might as well run him again. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
Well, one thing you know about Oregon is they're always loaded in the backfield. They had a couple of true freshmen a season ago in Davison and Hill Jr. who were absolutely outstanding. And you expect this season, David, in the running game, those 2 guys are going to be the focal point for the Ducks.
They'll be the focal point, but it's just like you saw a year ago, man. Like, they are committee, and they run hard. They run as angry as anybody in the country. Obviously, having more come back at the trigger opens it up. Price transfers in, so it's going to be another year of stable running backs.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. And he's in for the touchdown, but hang on just a second. There is a flag on the field. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. That is just a punch in the gut for any offense. So after getting nabbed for holding, it's 2nd and long. Caught on the RPO. Oh, he's got some space. Crosses the 45, out of bounds at the 47-yard line, and a solid play there. 3rd and long, a lot of ground to cover. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And the return man just kept finding alleys to run in, and he gets it to the 46-yard line. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Iamaleava. Looking to the big tight end. He's got it. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. And the Bruins peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. RPO complete. Now the connection takes it to the 11.
Well, this team found themselves in a hole really quickly. Good things need to start happening, and they got to happen now. There's a big play that the offense desperately needed. A big pitch and catch. That's going to give...
Touchdown, Bruins! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They'll try to tack one more on their score. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Snags a quick pass on the left. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. 2nd and long here. Running inside. It's Hill. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Moore from the gun on 3rd down. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force them into a 4th down. The Ducks line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, David, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Carrying the ball with an edge and hammering his way to the 40. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Here's Iamaleava to throw.
I think really good wide receivers do a good job of making every route kind of look the same. You could tell this looked like a vertical route. So if I'm a DB, I'm bailing, and all of a sudden he sits that hitch down. Nice job by the wide receiver to create enough separation.
They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. The Ducks signal for their first timeout. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. They boot it away on fourth down. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Hits inside, it's Hill. Got 6 yards on the play, 2nd and 4 coming. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line.
And the offense has a little bit of success, and what do? They push that turbo button right back on the line, ready to run another play.
They give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. From the gun on 3rd down, Dante Moore. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. Gets it across the 25. He'll step out at the 26 as this offense tries to grind out some yardage. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's Moore to throw. Out wide left, it's Hooks. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. Short pickup of 4 on 1st down, dealing with a 2nd and 6. Throws quickly. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. The Ducks go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Moore will throw. Rush is on. Right side, it's Moore. Now Oregon will call its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Again, it's Moore. A shot toward the end zone. In the end zone, he's got it! Touchdown, Oregon! He's doubled his touchdown output for the season in this game. 3 of his 6 have come in this one. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all.
And you want these guys that can take the top off of defense. It changes the way they're going to play coverage on you, and he does it right here. Just runs by the DB. He had no chance to try to catch up with him. Makes the big play down the field. And this will change the way you play defense against this guy the rest of the game.
Got a little space. Short gain on that run as the clock winds down here late in the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, let's get it started here. Week 6 on what's already been a revealing day here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We kick things off with Arkansas taking on the number 5 team, the Tennessee Volunteers.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun on third down, Iamaleava blasted as he lets it go. Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be fourth down. Kick is in the air. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. The Oregon offense is on the field to get this drive going. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. That's still a successful play.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Looking to pick up a first down on third and short from the 43. And run inside. It's Hill. Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. To the ground. He's got it again. Gain of right at 7 yards. 2nd and 3 coming.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
Left side is Bear. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Not much running room. He's got one down to the 12.
I think one of the keys to this defense's success all season has been how good they've been stopping the run. They're a top 10 unit when it comes to rushing defense, and it's helped them out this year down in the red zone.
Tried to find some running room, but there was none to be had, and he's well short. It'll be 4th and 5. Just watching the clock drain away in this one, it's all but in the books. Let's take a look at the top 25, and this game might have an impact on these rankings next week. And here comes the field goal unit. Not a chance. Missed it. And after the miss, fellas, still sitting on an 18-point lead.
And that's frustrating. I mean, you put a drive together, you're in scoring zone. Like, this is a green zone. You should be making all of these kicks, these short field goals, the chip shots. Kickers have to come through. They got to do their job.
Can't hold on in the face of the contact.
Got to give this defense credit, guys, because all game long they have forced their opponent to be one-dimensional. They haven't allowed anything to happen in the passing game. As a result, we're here in the fourth quarter. They barely allowed over 100 yards passing.
This time it's complete. At the 45 on its way. Down inside the 35. Stopped him at the 34. And what an electrifying play. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Out wide left, it's Knight. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Powers inside. He's not even going to make it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense gets big-time penetration. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, still going. Knocked down, but he's got enough to move the chains and convert that fourth down. The Bruins are flying down the field. Out wide right, it's Matthews. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. They've got a really good drive going, but a little speed bump here at 2nd and 13. Look out! Setting up the screen. Sweet cut there. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And the Bruins, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Thomas. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal. After that last one, they're staring at a 2nd and long. First down marker just short of the goal line. 3rd down from the gun. Here's Nico Iamaleava. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Iamaleava to throw for it on 4th. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Going the other way, and he's got room. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be 4th down and 1.
And the defense was not fooled on that 3rd down. They were expecting that could be run. Linebackers doing a nice job really coming hard downhill to stop that play.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Needs it. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. And the Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. Working the ground game.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got enough for the 1st down. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long. The Ducks back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Give to the back. And he's brought down after a short gain. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes. But at the end of the game, Jesse, you want that W.
No doubt about it. They made the plays they needed to make in order to get this win. I thought the quarterback showed tremendous poise, good leadership throughout the course of the game. Defense made stops when they had to make them. So, right, there were some things they're going to need to clean up moving forward, but